got a quick tip for you. It works with all ages. You just have to be consistent and you can't do a lot of yelling and screaming in between. It's meant to be short and sweet. So I want you to do something and the child wants to do something. So the key phrase here is when, then. So when you do something I want, then you get something you want. So when you unload the dishwasher, then you can go upstairs and watch TV. When you finish your dinner, then you can have a cupcake. When you clean up your room, then you can go outside and play with your friends. The problem with this is the follow through. So if you are going to say, when you do something, then you get what you want, and you're still going to give them what they want, even though you've told them the when. So that's like we're going to go on a play date and everybody's expecting us. So if their room isn't cleaned, you're still going to take them. Or they've got to get to hockey practice and you've just spent $3 million on hockey and you've got to show up and you know that the coach will be upset if you don't follow through, then don't use that. Don't say, when you clean your room, then I'm going to take you to hockey practice. Because if you take them to hockey practice and they haven't cleaned their room, then what's the message you're giving? I'm not consistent, and basically you can do whatever you want. So the when then has to be done consistently, less talking, and you walk away. So walking away is the hard part because we tend to get engaged with our kids and then our kids get really angry, like you're ignoring me. So you do have to label that for those children, especially the ones that are going to follow you around the room to say, hey, you're not listening to me. So when then? So when you finish your dinner, then you can have your cupcake. Yeah, but I want my cupcake now. I already ate enough. You know what? I get it, buddy. But when you finish your dinner, then you can have your cupcake. Mom, you're so mean. You let my sister do it. Why are you so mean to me? I'm full. I can't have this anymore. You know what? This is not fair. I always do this with you. You always get the cupcake. You know what? There's no cupcake. And actually, you don't get your tablet for the next 3 days. And get out of here. And then it turns into a fight, right? So that back and forth piece actually resulted in a fight and punishment. And punishment doesn't really teach anything. There's a time and place for punishment, but really we are getting engaged. We have to be, we have to be the adult and we have to keep our cool. Emotions evoke behavior in an adult and in children as well. So we're getting fired up, we're getting triggered. When you finish your dinner, then you can have your cupcake. Yeah, but that's not fair. I get it, but all you need to do is finish your dinner and then you can have your cupcake. And then I would continue talking to somebody else. I would get up, get a glass of water. If the child is following you around, I'm going to be very clear. If you want that cupcake, you understand what you need to do. So when, then, and then when, then, and that would be it. That would be it. So be prepared for a meltdown. Be prepared for the child begging. And then later on, you can have a conversation about when I do this, all you have to do is follow through and you get what you want. This fighting, I know before I used to give in. I'm not going to give in anymore. So I want you to try it. When, then. Make sure that then is something that they want. Okay? So do not say when you unload the dishwasher, then you can do your homework, right? When you finish your dinner, then you can have a bath, and they don't want to have a bath. So it has to be something they want. When you do something I want, then you get something you want. Try not to get caught up in the fight and stay consistent. The more consistent you are, they're going to learn, okay, this is what is going to happen. So there's no point in fighting. And some children will fight more because you're changing things up, but try to stick to it, be consistent. And if you have to have a conversation with your child about it, then have a conversation on a Saturday afternoon when everything is calm and say, hey, we continue to fight. I want you to get what you need to do, what you want, but there has to be a give and take. And we're working together as team family here. And when I tell you to do something, I have no problem with you getting what you want. But first you have to follow through. Okay? So work together with them, show them some empathy, acknowledge their struggle, and you make sure that you stay consistent. Because if you haven't been consistent in the past, they will try to push your buttons and they will try to get away with it. Remember, their brain is under construction until 25. They're going to push, they're going to try. Some days will be better than others, but just stay consistent. And let me know how the when then went for you. Take care.